What makes us love cinema so much? So what makes us love cinema so much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight? For me, it's that films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful
there they go.
that we lose ourselves in them completely.
There they go. He lost his pants. He dropped his pants. Now, I don't know what the situation is there. Is he wearing a belt? Did he forget the suspenders? I mean, I don't know, bro. But one thing is for sure, Mark Hamill here is blitzed out of his mind. Listen to this one more time. Play close attention to his speech right here.
Gathered here to celebrate tonight.
Right there. Right. I study Mark Hamill.
So what makes us love cinema so much that we're all
there.
gathered here to celebrate tonight?
Right there. I'm telling you, I have been listening to Mark Hamill for the betterment of my life. With the Joker, Star Wars. I know this man's voice. I know it to a T. I know it better than my parents' voice, honestly. And I can tell you with 100% certainty, Mark Hamill in that scene was possibly, most likely, probably drunk out of his mind. And that explains as to why he lost his pants. I don't know. When does that ever happen? When does someone, like, I don't know of a scenario where you get up on stage and literally your pants just fall off. Like, how does that happen? I don't understand. Because you would have to walk out there. And I think that's when your pants would fall off. The only other thing that I can think of is he did this for attention. He did this to get some clicks. Maybe. Or just maybe the dude was plastered and he made a mistake. And see, here's the thing. Was Mark Hamill plastered? Is he in the state of mind right now where he's going to make silly little mistakes like this? Of which the answer is absolutely. Because absolutely nobody in Hollywood has been infected by Trump derangement syndrome like Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is someone that for the betterment of 5 years, 6 years maybe, his entire persona, his entire identity has revolved around hating Donald Trump. Completely went off the reservation, completely went off the deep end. That's all he would talk about on X, on this, on that. He was focused on the wrong thing. He should have been focused on going at Disney for what they did to Luke Skywalker. Because make no mistake about it, take away Luke Skywalker, take away even like Joker, I would say Luke Skywalker more. Mark Hamill doesn't have a career. He doesn't. He could retire tomorrow, and honestly, his legacy would be he was once Luke Skywalker. That's it. I can't think of another project. And that is where Mark Hamill made a huge mistake. He should have protected Luke Skywalker a lot better. And he tried to. As we all know, in The Last Jedi, he was very outspoken about what Rian Johnson was doing to his character, to Luke Skywalker. He was very outspoken. But ultimately, Disney beat Mark Hamill into submission, told him to shut the fuck up, just play along, or else they were going to put him back in the cage. And that's exactly what Mark Hamill did. Mark Hamill played ball. He was never outspoken about any creative decision that Disney made when it comes to Luke Skywalker. He just played ball. And without Luke Skywalker, he had nothing left but to make his entire identity about hating on Donald Trump. And now that the majority of Americans said, actually, Mark Hamill, we disagree with you. We're rocking with Big D. Now, Mark Hamill has gone off the deep end, and I believe that is why we are seeing this right here. Literally on stage, drunk out of his mind, losing his pants. You know, they say you hate to see what your heroes become. No, Mark Hamill's not a hero of mine. Luke Skywalker was, but not Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill is a very sad pathetic human being who lives in a bubble. He doesn't understand the real world. And that is why he believes the things that he believes. And it's very sad. And I'm not going to make fun of Mark Hamill anymore. Not that I was to begin with, but I do hold some resentment towards Mark Hamill for his silence against Disney for what they have done to Star Wars in recent years. I was hopeful that Mark Hamill would be one of the champions that would fight for the fans and speak out against the desecration of Star Wars. But he has failed us. I mean, he's over here talking about, and I saw this the other day, Mark Hamill, he said that Luke Skywalker might be gay. I mean, he said this. You know, he said, oh, you know, if you want Luke Skywalker to be gay, he's gay. You know, that's who he is now. He's a very sad shell of a man. He has no career left. His legacy, which was being Luke Skywalker, that has been ruined. He can have that. He can be Luke Skywalker because Luke Skywalker now, according to Disney, is a loser, which is very fitting because I'm looking at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking at Mark Hamill losing his pants, drunk on stage, has given up. And that is Luke Skywalker. That is a perfect representation of who Luke Skywalker is now. If Luke Skywalker was alive and was a real person, Luke Skywalker would be conducting himself in this very exact way. He would be on stage in front of the Jedi Council, drunk out of his mind, dropping his robes in front of them. So I guess you could say that Mark Hamill is still living up to the character, which is Luke Skywalker. Disney's Luke Skywalker. Given up on life, given up on being a good person. Right? He has bent the knee to the empire, which is Disney. Something that Luke Skywalker would never do. Luke Skywalker would have fought for his legacy, for the people. And again, at first, Mark Hamill was doing this. He was doing this until Disney told him, dude, shut the fuck up or else you're out. We'll get AI in here. We'll get somebody else in here to do this job. And, you know, now we have what we have. You know, and here's the thing. That is how Star Wars ultimately went out. You know, that was it, I believe. I think that there's nothing left when it comes to Star Wars. I mean, the only hope we had was Luke Skywalker, still kind of a little bit. Because Han Solo, they already got him out of there. What's his name? Harrison Ford says he wants absolutely nothing to do with that character. Chewbacca, the guy that played Chewbacca, he's gone. Carrie Fisher, gone. We still had Mark Hamill. They still could have done something with him, but now Mark Hamill has ruined his legacy, ruined his reputation with the most of us. That now I can give two shits. If they said, hey, the next Star Wars movie, you are going to see Luke Skywalker's return, I'm good, bro. Y'all can have that. I don't want to see that loser anymore. That bump. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. And like always, don't forget to subscribe. Sensational.